scale exists to measure evil acts. From impulse killings to serial murderers. It considers cruelty, torture, and brutality. Forensics now has a tool to measure who is most evil. Dr. Randy Larson's study demonstrates that male jealousy is provoked by the idea of a partner's sexual infidelity, and female jealousy by the idea of a partner's emotional infidelity. The results may seem a novel interpretation, but Dr. Larson claims these differences have been evolving for hundreds of years.
We're the receptacles of our evolutionary past. We're the children of our ancestors, and the idea is that perhaps we carry with us these evolved psychological tendencies that our ancestors developed to solve these problems. And long-term sexual reproduction is one of those problems.
Men and women use long-term mating towards the same goal, passing their seed on to the next generation. But it also presents each gender with unique challenges. Jealousy is a response to those challenges.
So for a man, in our evolutionary past, the danger would be that his mate would mate with someone else. Women were always certain that the child they had was their child. Men were never certain. And so jealousy may have evolved as a mechanism in males in order to guard their mate, to be sensitive to cues of infidelity, basically to ensure that the child that their mate has was their child. If his mate mates with somebody else, it's his genes that are not being passed on. The males who acted on cues of infidelity and who were suspicious about infidelity and who guarded their mates were the ones who raised their own children and not someone else's children. For the woman, it's really no concern that her mate would mate with anyone else. That doesn't affect her probability of passing on her genes. As long as the man sticks around to help raise the child that she has, that ensures her genes being passed into the next generation. And so what the woman fears most would be the loss of that commitment from the male. Women who were successful at finding men who were committed to the relationship are the women who became successful ancestors. And we are the products of that long evolutionary past.
The development of jealousy as an evolutionary trait helps explain why our natural instincts sometimes seem counterproductive.
This force was functional in the past. It's not so functional today. Jealousy is a strong emotion. It propels a person to action, to vengeance, and to violence.
Dr. Stone considers the results of Dr. Larson's study. His case files reflect the terrible pain jealousy can inflict.
In my research, jealous killers often regret their actions in the immediate aftermath of their crimes. The terrible consequences of their actions do not become clear until it is too late. In fact, many men and women use similar words and images to describe the moments in which they commit their crimes of passion. They claim that they are temporarily blinded, that time seems to be standing still or moving very slowly, or that they simply don't remember what happened.
Despite its potential for violence, Dr. Larson feels that jealousy is an important and inevitable part of our humanity.
Jealousy is a universal emotion. It's found in every culture. Even in groups where a swinger kind of lifestyle is more accepted, people still report feeling jealous. All emotions have a function, and jealousy has its place. Jealousy can play a role in a relationship to help you guard something that you value very much. But people need to learn the power of it, and they need to know that once this emotion gets started, it can be a roller coaster that can take them on a pretty unpleasant ride.
The intense heights and depths of love make it one of life's most intense experiences. Jealousy may be an integral part of that experience, protecting our love from external dangers and keeping our partnership intact. Jealousy is best understood as part of our legacy as social animals that leads us to resort to violence in order to ensure our evolutionary success. But when it turns destructive, the results are irreversible. The unpleasant ride takes a downward turn, destroying love and life in one fell swoop.